Hey guys, welcome back to Big Loz Official. We are creeping ever closer to the Arnold Strongman and Strongwoman Classic, and today I am joined by debutante, the ever wonderful Gabi Dixson. How are you, Gabi?
I'm doing great. How are you, Liz?
Oh, I'm good. A little bit tight. Like we've got these time zones to deal with, haven't we, Gabi? So it's very late for you. It's quite early for me.
We're making it work.
We're making it work, and I appreciate you staying up with me tonight.
Of course, anytime. For you,
Oh,
anytime.
bless you. So we're going to get into talking about the Arnolds and the events and how training's going. But before we do, we need to do first your Big Loz big introduction. So here we go.
Gabi Dixson is set to take to the Arnold stage for the first time in 2025. The three-time World's Strongest Woman competitor is best known for the incredible feat of strength she performed at the World's Strongest Nation, where she came second in the Hercules hold, beating the likes of Kevin Ferris and Martin Zlissis. Can Gabi bring the full package in her debut performance at the Arnold's and wow strongman fans worldwide once again?
Hey, there she is.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's nice, isn't
I
it?
love that.
Nice to have a montage. So let's talk about getting that invitation then, Abby, because did you know that you were on their radar? Because you haven't done the amateur Arnold's World Championships before, but you did do the Rogue Record Breakers where you successfully and quite comfortably lifted the Dinny Stones in front of Jan Todd and Steve Slater.
I did. And I didn't know that I knew I wasn't on their radar because I've been trying to get on their radar for years and I thought I had done everything I could and I just sat down and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna write an email. So like I just sat and I read out all my stuff and I figured out how to get it sent to Jan, and I just hoped for the best. And I was actually quite shocked when they finally said, "Yep, you're in." I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
oh all right. Well, I'm glad that everything that I wrote down seemed worthwhile." So,
how nice. Loz got
yeah,
in the same way in 2012 because he wasn't on their radar. He was doing great internationally, but he just wasn't on that side of things. So he did the same thing. He wrote a letter to Jan Todd saying, like, I've done this, would love to be given the opportunity. He was a late call up, so he didn't have a very good prep. It was like just a few weeks, but
mm.
you roll with it, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And I once I had secured my first like international title, like I got the third place at North America's Strongest over the summer. I felt comfortable doing that because I knew that was something that all of the other girls, or at least most of the other girls had that I hadn't had yet. So I was like, well, I think once I get that, I'll feel comfortable reaching out and doing a proper
Yeah.
write out, and it worked out.
Yeah, and I know in Jan's case, she's very much looking at like not so much the titles that people are winning, but who they're beating when they're performing in competition. So it's about where
Mm,
you're placing in relation to other people that may or may not be on their radar. They have this
yeah.
whole matrix. It's very, very
Do
sophisticated.
they?
Yeah, yeah. I haven't
Oh.
seen it. I've only heard about it. I would love to see it. Like, Jan, let me help.
Yeah. There was just so many years because I actually wasn't allowed to compete at the Arnold Amateur for the last 2, 3 years because I already had my pro card, so I wasn't allowed to do it. And they flat out told me no, like for the last 2 years. Like, well, how else am I supposed to get in? So this was
Oh
kind of my
man.
Hail Mary, and it worked.
Ah, I'm so glad that's changed now and it's a pro-am competition. It's just, I think it's such a shame. I know cost is going to be a massive factor for a lot of people actually getting there and being there.
Sure.
But it's such a shame we are not seeing more pro level athletes like try and get that qualifying spot for the Arnolds next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was relatively short notice for a lot of folks. I think next year will be a bigger draw for that. But I am glad that it's definitely going in the right direction now. I think now that there's a pathway, it'll be a lot more appealing for people to come through.
No, definitely. Anyway, let's talk about the competition this year then. So they are starting with the max elephant bar deadlift. Now, you have had some incredible results on deadlift, but I think all I've seen from you really is deadlift for reps and deadlift ladders. I know, well, by the looks of it, you never use a suit anyway, so that's not really going to be a factor for you. But how are you feeling about this max effort attempt as your first event on the Arnold stage?
Uh, deadlift is like one of my first loves. I love a good deadlift. I've been dealing with some hip stuff lately, so it's not going to be as powerful as I'd like it to be, unfortunately. But I mean, I am excited to try the bar that they have there. I've never tried that one before. I had to rework a bunch of my positioning because I did have to take some time off from specifically deadlifts for a while. So reworking my positioning and getting that groove kind of back has been quite the emotional journey because it's something I was once, picking up like peanuts is now is not quite so easy. But, I'm just excited to get out there and do what I can on the day because you can learn something from everything. So I'm just letting the experience be what it needs to be, and I'm going to get through it.
Oh, bless you. So with that in mind and the hip issue and everything, is it going to be more of a case of you against the weights and against the bar, or do you have an idea of like where you'd ideally place in that event?
Um, I told my coach I don't really want to think too much, so I'm just going to do what he says on the day.
You're putting the power and control into his hands.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, you know what? You've seen my lifts. You know what I can do. I trust you. Just put the numbers in the bar and I'll pick them up.
Yeah. The strategy side of it is really like when you want to be in that mindset, all right, I'm lifting heavy. Sometimes it could be a bit of a distraction, can't it? It's like some people love it and like the games and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but it's not for everyone.
Yeah, I'm more the athlete. You say, okay, you have to do 5 more pounds to get to this place. I'm okay, cool, do it, put it on the bar, and I'll just do it. I want to get to the point where I can kind of understand the strategy, but it's still kind of above me at this point. Like I'm just doing my best to keep up and do what's on the papers.
Yeah, no, don't blame you. I'd rather just not know, I think.
I
So
just,
out
yeah,
you go.
I just want to be as strong. I say, my brain is in my muscles right now. I don't, the two can't cross, especially when I'm peaking. It's just tell me what to do.
Okay, that's fair enough. So moving on to event number 2 then, and it's the overhead gauntlet. Now, looking at, because I've been delving deep into your numbers, it looks like this log lift, the Trump log, is going to be heavier than what we're used to seeing you being challenged with, I guess, in competition. So how are you feeling for this one? Because I know your your overhead isn't quite as good as your deadlift, is it?
Yeah, nah, this is a theme. I Yeah, the 220 is what I'm probably going to be going for. 269 or whatever the weight's going to be for the bigger log is quite a bit out of my
It's a
range.
lot.
So we're going to stick with what we know, I think, there and just try to get some reps in so long as we get there because the dumbbell is going to have to be a PR for me as well. So the dumbbell is going to be now 8 pound PR if I get it. So it's all a bit of a reach for me, but I'm just excited to have a go at it.
Yeah.
The
No,
training's been
I'm sure
working. It's been
you'll be
going
fine.
well. So
Good. Good. And like the momentum of the occasion, the adrenaline, all
oh
of
yeah.
that stuff. It's amazing what it can give you on the day, isn't it?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
We will have our fingers crossed. You will be willing it up. Go on.
Yeah, just I'll feel you guys all just like lifting it with me. It'll be great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's power and unity, Gabby. It's
Yes.
going to be fine.
I believe it. Hey,
Let's move
I'll
on
take
from
it
that one
all.
anyway. On to what I think is going to be a great event for you is the timber carry. Now,
Mm.
this is such an iconic Arnold's event. Your grip is very iconic also. So do you feel that pressure? Because obviously you went viral with like a grip challenge, but standing grip like a Hercules hold is different to moving grip, isn't it? And we see that in people's results all the time. Trey Mitchell's a great example. Incredible at
Mm.
Hercules hold. Hasn't managed to pick up this frame yet. But we've seen you do well on moving grip events too.
Yeah, I love moving events. I love grip moving events, especially. So, any like farmers carry, frame has been a new favorite of mine. I actually really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. I've never done it on a slant before. I did last year when me and Rebecca went to Italy together. We did farmers
Oh.
carry on a slant. So that's kind of my only experience of going on an angle.
Mhm.
I reckon it'd be relatively similar. And I have no idea what the apparatus is going to be like. I'm hoping that the pick is nice and high so I can just kind of pluck it. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I have no idea what to really expect, but I've trained hard for it, and I feel like again we're just gonna have a go. I don't feel too much pressure
No.
um, on grip things. My grip doesn't fail too often. When it does, it's usually just something wrong with the setup or something. Like at the dry-ins a couple years ago, I just pulled it up too fast, and the what was that called? The when the ball
Oh, the
hangs.
wrecking ball.
The wrecking ball. Yeah, I just pulled it up
Yeah,
too
yeah.
fast and
It's
it
sort
just
of
wobbled. So
threw
like,
you, didn't it?
it was the first time I'd ever really got to touch. Anytime I've got to touch anything is pretty much the first time. So I'm just hoping that I can get the groove right, get the balance right with how I pick it up, and yeah, see how we go.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely lovely. I'm trying to think what. Yeah, sorry. You can tell when it's the morning interviews for me because my brain is just mush, and I'm like, "What's next?" It's
It's
the
all right.
big plug.
I've slowed down a bit too because it's night here, so I'm just like, am I talking too much or am I going too fast? I don't even
No,
know. We're here.
Gabby, you can't talk too much in these. It's way harder for me if you don't talk. The less you say, the
Got you.
more
I got
nonsense
you.
I'm going to come out with. So please talk.
Okay.
So, event number 1 on day 2 is the big jerk. Now, you, you train with the likes of Ines Carrasquillo, so you've probably seen some incredible things in
Oh
the
man.
gym on this event. But how is it going for you? Are you a jerker? I know people are making jokes about jerking, but are you a jerker, or are you going for
I
behind the neck
won't be
push?
jerking. I did try to learn a little bit. My coach was like, no. Uh,
Not for you, Gabby.
he's like, actually, you're not doing that. You don't have enough time to train that and get it worked out enough. So he wanted me to stick with the push press. I did have a one of my good friends, Sarah Robles. She's an Olympic weightlifter. So she came and gave me some like little drills to do just to actually help me with my overhead in general. And she gave me some tutorials on the jerk, and it just for me, I was like, okay, coach, you might be right. You might be. I might just need to stick to what I know. So I'll be push pressing. Um, I'm just trying to get that strong. It's been fun to put it behind my back, behind the neck.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing it behind the neck push press. Um, Again, my numbers in training have been like they've been okay, but I'm more of an on the day type of gal, so we're just gonna see what we can get.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those events as well. It's so new. It's so technical as well. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I'm sure we're going to see some upsets in what we think is going to happen compared to what's going to happen on the day.
Yeah, I'm more nervous about figuring out the setup and making sure the boxes aren't too high or too low because figuring out the jerk block apparatus at my gym, I don't know about anybody else's gym, but that was kind of a ordeal because you have to like drag these big huge boxes out. It's like strongman but not. So it's like I kind of learned that each code has its own like struggles associated with it. So that was kind of cool to like experience a little bit of and be like, okay, so there's a little bit of setup in Olympic weightlifting. I kind of get jealous of them sometimes because they're just over there with their barbells and their bouncy plates, and it just looks so simple. But they do
Yeah.
have a little bit of struggle now. So now I
Yeah.
know.
And when I was talking to Lucas, he went into this about like having adjustable heights and stuff. And I genuinely have no idea what they're going to do because like on the women's side, you've got 6'4" Rebecca, and then you've got all the normal height people. So it's going to be
No.
interesting to see what that setup does look like and what adjustments they can make for the big height differences between athletes.
Yeah, I wonder if, and it's going to be a rolling bar too. So that would be interesting to see how they kind of manage that. I hadn't even thought about that.
I hadn't.
Hmm.
It was all
Yeah,
Lucas.
he thinks of everything. That guy. My goodness, the
That's why
amount of
he's doing
thought
so
that they
well.
have. That I just got back from training up at Dungeon Strength, their gym up in Auburn, Washington. I went up there for this last couple days of training, and it's just such a thoughtful gym. Like there's just a little bit of everything that you would need there, and I love it up there. But yeah, Lucas runs the joint, so makes sense.
So event number 2 on day 2 is the trial by timber. So it's a log load into, from what we're hearing, it's going to be a very heavy drag. So you're good at dragging though, aren't you? I've seen you drag, I'm
I love a
sure.
good drag.
You love
Yeah,
a
I
good
do.
drag. Yeah. Yeah. So you must be feeling quite happy that they've chucked this one in there because the Arnold's isn't known for its moving events, is it?
No, and I wasn't, truthfully, if the drag is truly heavy, I'm really happy. If the drag is like fine, then it won't really do me any good. But if it's a very heavy drag, I look forward to it for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Good. So hopefully that's going to put you in a nice position going into the final event, which I don't think really deep down anyone's going to love, is the Atlas stone to shoulder. Now, these are some wildly heavy stones, aren't they, on the women's side?
Mhm. Mhm.
uh,
They really are.
yeah, 115 or 130 kilos, just shy of 300 pounds, I believe, isn't it? So,
Yep.
taculous. How's that one been going, Gabby?
Okay, when I first saw this event, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be terrible for me. Like I'm not interested. I've got really big chest area. It's just not a good pathway for something like that. But
Yeah.
I've managed to sort out some techniques that may or may not include taping and or shuffling these things to the side to give a better pathway for the stone. And also includes I had a really good tutorial from Martines, and
Yes.
they came up to dungeon and we all hung out together, and I feel like I got a newfound love now for this event. It is very difficult. Um and it's difficult especially as like a bigger bodied person, but I am actually looking forward to this one. I don't know how I'll feel on the day. But it is something that I was truly not expecting to or anticipating to fall in like or even in love with. But now I'm just like, I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy the rest of that training
Good.
for this event.
I think everyone has massively benefited from Martine's visit to Dungeon, because talking to Tom last night, he watched that video. Nick and Austin watched that video. Everyone's adopting that same sort of how to
I
get
love
it. Loz
that.
watched it. He's been teaching his athletes. So what Martine's the hero we didn't know we need. Oh, hold on. Sorry, my dog suddenly grabbed something really noisy. I'll cut that bit.
No worries.
Doggy, get out. You
No,
can't
you
have
should
that.
keep it in.
She's managed I'll probably leave it in. She's managed.
Yeah, might as well. We always need a doggy break.
Yeah. The bloopers are often my best part. So then, Gabi, that's going to be, I mean, it's such a huge competition, just being on the Arnold Strongman Classic stage. What do you think the rest of the year looks like for you? Have you made plans about what you'd like to compete in this year?
You know, I think it's gonna depend on how this show goes. For potential invites to other shows, I would love to go on and be invited to Rogue or any of the other bigger meets. North America's Strongest again is another option on the table. Um, what else was I thinking about? Those are the
Would you go
big
back and do
two.
OSG? Because you didn't do it last year, did you?
I didn't do it last year just because I wanted to. I was really shooting my shot for this show, and
Okay.
knew I needed to kind of save the energy for my hip stuff. So I'm also
Yeah.
going to be doing some more hip recovery, maybe getting some more treatment done on that just to make sure it's in tip top for the rest of my career. So that's kind of the plan, is to fix her up and see what we can really take a good shot at this year.
And play it by ear based off of how things go at
Exactly.
the Arnolds, I imagine. Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you've watched any of these, but we end all of them the same with a little game. Now,
Ooh.
I've not done many quizzes on the women, so you have a trivia quiz.
Oh
But
God.
don't worry,
Okay.
because the subject is you.
Okay. Oh boy. I don't even know. Okay. I have terrible memory. Okay. What
You're
do
going
we
to be
got?
fine. This is going to be
Okay.
great. It's 8 questions, okay? Let's
Okay.
see. Now, I think the worst I've had so far was Thor, who got 2.5 right.
About himself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Quizzing the athletes about themselves is diabolical, Liz. I don't know how you guys came up with this.
It's evil genius. I don't know. I thought
That is crazy
it's more
work.
of an opportunity. It's more like a personality test than anything. How are people going to handle it?
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
we have had a couple of guys ace their quizzes. Both Mitch and Nick getting 4 marks. So, no pressure or anything, Gabi, but you need
Okay.
to do it for the
Okay.
girls. Okay.
I'm good under pressure. What we got? What
You've
we
got
got?
this. I have faith. So, question number 1. At the 2021 World's Strongest Woman, what were your 2 highest performing events?
At the 2021?
Yeah.
That would have been my, oh gosh, the car yoke,
Yes, car walk, yeah.
and God, what else was there that year?
So there were
Was it the
2 events.
deadlift?
Yes, it was the deadlift. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Well done. Good.
Okay.
Solid start.
Whew, that was a long time ago. That was 4 years.
I know, yeah.
All these shows bleed together. I still feel like I went to OSG last year because I didn't go this year. Like, it still feels like it was just last winter. So
Yeah, I feel like I was there last year, but Charleston, wasn't it, the last one we went to?
yeah,
Were you
yeah,
there? Yeah,
yeah. That's
Charleston.
where we were together. I
Yeah. Oh, wow, is that the last time we saw each other?
think so.
Diabolical. Only a week to go, Gabby. Question number 2. At the 2022 Beerstone competition, you came second overall behind Ines Carrasquillo. Can you remember who came third?
Julia Sirkow. Julia or her last name's Sirkow now, but it was something else before.
I was going to say, did she get married? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to give
yeah,
it to you and trust.
Yes,
Because it
yes.
said Julia Hamilton.
Yes. It was Hamilton, now it's Sirkow because she married another strongman.
Okay, totally fair. Well done. Yay, ding. Question number 3. At the 2022 World's Strongest Woman, you came second on the 218 kilo axle deadlift for reps. How many reps did you get?
Okay, this is tough because I think I got 11.
You did.
Yeah? Okay. Because the next weekend we did the Giant Show and I think I got 10 or
Okay.
8. But I couldn't,
Right.
I switch them back and forth sometimes.
Okay. No, yeah, you got 11. That's incredible, really, isn't it? Because what was that,
Thank
a
you.
60-second time limit?
I think it was 45 seconds because that was the year of the storm,
Oh, yeah,
if
when
I'm
we
not
had to
mistaken.
condense everything. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Hurricane OSG. What
It
fun
was
we all
rough.
had.
It was a rough year for your girl.
It was a rough year for all of us, Gabi.
Rough.
Oh, I remember looking outside of my hotel window and seeing Romark sort of trying to walk against the wind near the beach.
Oh God. Yeah, we had to cram like a bunch of events into one day and it was my hotel got canceled and then we had to rebook and then I was in the same place as my parents and love
Oh,
them
no.
to death. But
But you need some
yeah,
space.
you
Yeah.
need a little bit of space for comp and then we had I fell down during the farmers. It was bad. It was
Oh,
bad.
yeah. Yeah.
But I still
You
got
notice
fifth place.
I didn't use
So
that clip in your montage.
appreciate it. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. I did make a funny video, but I get knocked down, but I get up again. I was able to
Oh,
use that for some content. So that was
nice.
nice.
Yeah. I remember seeing that from the side, and it was quite spectacular how far you went, actually. And you
I
didn't let
went
go, though.
I did not let go and I did not let go of the grip at all. I just stood back up, didn't even regrip. I just had the same pick and went.
Yeah,
So
it's just your legs let go.
yeah, my legs were they were really trying to beat Lucy Underdown, and that was just I should have paid attention to my own lane.
Oh, man. Lessons learned, though. Lessons learned. The great thing
Truly.
about the Arnolds, oh, is it still the case with the trial by timber? Is it just one at a time? I was going to say,
Now
usually on
that
the
I
Arnold,
can't
you're
remember
always
the
on your
setup.
own.
I can't remember.
Hmm. One of us at some point really needs to read these rules properly.
Listen, I swear I've read them 10 times and can't remember a thing. I'm just doing what my coach says. Like I said, I'm just doing what he says at this point.
Best way. Okay. Question number 4. You came fourth at the 2022 America's Strongest Woman. Can you remember who came second that year?
I think that was Nez.
Think again. I'll give
Oh,
you another
wait.
chance.
Hold on.
2022.
In
Can you remember who won?
2022, I think Nez beat Olga. So would Olga be second or would Olga be third?
This
Was
is
it
my
Victoria?
question
Okay,
too.
so was it Victoria, Olga, Nez?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Well done. There you go. That's your only free pass though. That was generous.
Thanks. I needed that. I needed that. Free pass. Got to keep up with the boys. Okay. Okay. What else we got?
Yeah. Okay. Question number 5. At the 2023 World's Strongest Woman, you were one of just 3 women to do all 5 lifts on the deadlift ladder. Can you name one other woman that completed it?
Oh, it was Lucy and Cherry.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You named them both. Well done.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Thank
Lucy's
you.
an obvious one. But she wasn't there
Yeah.
every year, was she? So wasn't sure if you'd remember. Question number 6. Okay. Out of all of the events that you've done at the World's Strongest Woman, which one have you consistently lost the most points on?
Listen, me and bag throws have beef, okay? It is what it is. It's shameful. I had a college scholarship for throwing in track and field.
Did you really?
There's no reason I should be bad at bag tosses, and yet every
we
year
are.
they humble me.
And yet
Every
here you are
time.
answering quiz questions about it.
You got to bring up old stuff, Liz. Come on.
I'm sorry. We end on a high though. So
All right.
that was going to be the 8th question. I thought, no, I can't end like that. I'll sneak that bit and then
I
end on
appreciate
more
that.
positive things.
Thank you. Because it is, you know what though? Cake toss. Give me a cake toss. I got you. Bags, for whatever reason.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Need it firmer. The floppy is no good.
The floppy's never good.
No. Moving on again very quickly. This is why I was worried about doing these. It's
Oh man.
not talking to the men, it's talking to the women.
We
We're
can't
getting
help
so much
ourselves.
trouble. We can't. Right, question number 7. At the 2024 North America's Strongest Woman, how many reps did you get on the squat lift to take first place?
Oh, I got a beautiful 16. It's
Tick.
my claim to fame.
How heavy was
my
it?
own
'Cause
personal.
it's amazing. How heavy was that?
It was 450 pounds.
What? That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
That's wild. Was it a free bar or was it a machine?
It was on a machine, kind of like a Viking press.
Okay. Oh,
I think
okay.
the guys
Yes.
have
With
done
that
Viking
pivot.
press off of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you blew the competition out of the water, like we should point out.
Yeah, I
That was
think the next best was like 5 or 6 reps. But
yeah.
I knew again I wanted to make a statement and be able to say, "Hey, pick me for the Arnold maybe."
Pick me.
Somebody. No, that I'm dreaming of the day they put a squat for reps in a big competition. That is like that would be the creme de la creme for me. If
Yeah.
I was
Or a max squat like they did a few years ago at the
Yeah,
Arnold's.
max squat would be great. But truly, I'm a squat for reps type of gal. I love a good squat for reps. It's something about it.
It's built
It
for it.
gets me going.
Yeah. Loves it. Okay, your final question then. You are on 7 out of 7. One
Ooh,
small gift in there, but very small gift. Question
minuscule.
number 8. Which other event did you win outright at North America's Strongest Woman last year?
At North America's, what did I win outright?
Yeah, one other event. So there was the squat.
It was a squat.
And
Did I win it? Oh, in the wheelbarrow.
yes,
Yeah,
the wheel.
yeah.
Yeah.
The wheelbarrow. I got a new world record in the wheelbarrow carry.
Oh, wow. Amazing. No, it looked like a great competition. I would love to go to that one day because with Brian announcing it as a qualifier also for Strongest Man on Earth, like it really helps competitions, I feel like this to attract all the best people.
Absolutely. It's the vibes in Montreal were unreal. Like the crowd was one of the best crowds I've ever got to like be in front of. They were just so supportive, and I couldn't understand a word of what the announcers were saying because it was all in French,
Yeah.
but it was so cool and we just felt really really welcome and like JF puts on a heck of a show. We had a great time. So, I would definitely come back to that one. You guys
Awesome.
should definitely come out.
No. Well, for getting 8 out of 8, you get a chocolate bar, Gabby, a British chocolate bar. How nice. I will bring it to
Woohoo!
you. Yeah. There are prizes. I didn't want to tell you beforehand because I didn't want to put the pressure on.
What kind of chocolate bar is it?
You get to choose, or like I can make a choice for you based off of your preferences. We'll talk offline in a second. Yeah.
Okay. We'll get to the
Okay.
nitty-gritty. Sounds good.
Yeah. Gabby, you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
I do, but I'm notoriously bad at posting on YouTube just yet. But it is the Gabi Dixson, I believe.
What we will
So
do though, we'll direct people to your Instagram because you're great at posting on there and you're very funny on there also. So guys, I'm going to link it in the comments. If you
thank
enjoyed
you.
this chat with Gabby, please make sure you give the video a like and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Yes, thank you.